It's 11 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
From Windsor, Ontario, it's Remotely Zach. And now from Studio 17 in the automotive capital of the world, oh boy, Zachary Thomas.
Hello everybody and welcome to the show. Welcome to Remotely Zach. I am your host, everybody's favorite, Zachary Thomas. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Whew. Great. Well, we got a great show for you this evening. Me and my power panel are back for another edition of Let's Talk. Yeah. And plus, we cap it off with the weirdest news found on the internet. So, good show all around. But before we get to all that, as you may or may not know, I produce all this content myself, so it would be a great honor if I could receive your subscription. Plus, I'm also Canadian. So support Canadian. Question here, did anybody experience the Facebook outage? Anybody at all? I did. It was the best 6 minutes of my life. Or as Elon Musk would put it, that's 6 minutes too long of Donald sucking my toes. I mean, hey. There's a time limit. Well, spring is in the air, which means I can start tending to my garden. That's right. I'm trying to tend to my cucumber. Oh man, we're starting off classy this evening. Like I said, spring is here. Got it. I got it. Yep, the warmth is in the air, along with the smell of dog poo from last fall. So, yay. Oh, anybody remember Forrest Gump? The Forrest Gump quote, "Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know which fascist you're gonna get." Thank you. I take pride in that one. I really do. Well, the grifter-in-chief, Donald Trump, has unveiled plans for selling a gold card visa for $5 million that will offer wealthy buyers permanent residency in the U.S. and a path to citizenship. Okay, now he wants immigrants. Okay. Please, come on. All the lower price of $5 million. You can get citizenship to this country. Beautiful country. Best country in the world. Love it. Quite frankly, yes, very nice. Well, he'll take immigrants with a big fat wallet instead of the big fat poor ones. So I don't know. Apparently that's where we're at here. Oh man, let's get to the latest headlines. And one of the biggest ones this week is that several government officers were the subject of a hacking. Yeah, insane. Now, while you're probably thinking the hacking was a video of a man in a dark cloak saying haunting messages in a robotic voice, brace yourselves. Take a look.
This. A fakety fake video of President Trump passionately kissing the feet of Elon Musk.
What the fuck is going on at Doge? I mean, I don't remember that part in Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Donald Trump suckling at Elon's toes. Man, go anywhere near my toes, you'll cut yourself. I can't imagine the first person who walked into work, saw that, and was like, too early for this shit. Come on now, too early. Well, moving on to more politics news, Doug Ford and the Progressive Conservatives got re-elected. The Ontario NDP got re-elected, and speaking of NDPs, they're in the official opposition, by the way. A member of the New Democratic Party had to drop out of the race when she stated that she wanted to be black. Yeah, that's a strategy, I guess. That's right. I wish I was black. I want to be black like a Tim Hortons dark roast. That's how I want. Yeah, you know, she would have been actually embraced if we were in the States. I mean, come on. She would no longer be a New Democrat. She'd be a full-fledged Republican. Well, we got a great show for you this evening. I got the weirdest news found on the internet, but when we return, I got some things to say. Me and my panel have things to say. Stick around. We'll be right back. Oh, hi, I didn't see you there. My name is Zach, and welcome to my channel, Zach Attack Productions. So what is this Zach Attack Productions you speak of? I'm glad you asked. Zach Attack Productions is a YouTube channel where you can find a variety of different content, such as my late night talk show, Remotely Zach, strawberry banana cherry freeze, $9.99, lemonade, prime ice poo. Man, who doesn't want a nice ice poo on a hot summer day? Hey Jack, what's going on? No, I'm at the beach. Got you covered. That's what the infrastructure bill is for. No joke, not kidding around.
It was because of DEI. It was DEI.
My extensive Lego collection on Zach's Lego Show. Of course, as you can see, we've ended up here at the glass panel building, as well as I went for pop art design right here. I'll say it's the end of the era of Brick Bank in that corner. And you can find out some of the history behind some of your favorite landmarks. What was once a 50-lane bowling alley increased to 74, making it the largest bowling center in all of Canada. William Pope of Chattanooga, Tennessee, stated that he saw the vision of another prisoner hanged and the man's body buried under the window of his cell. The Mackinac Bridge is a 5-mile suspension bridge located right about here between the cities of St. Ignace and Mackinac City, Michigan. Wait, there's more. Me and my power panel have great conversations on Let's Talk.
But I also think certain people are too fast. Have you ever tried walking with Zach? He speed walks at a whole other level.
Am I being attacked on my own show
which
here?
Is hilarious.
So no matter what you're into, we have everything for everyone. So subscribe now because you're not getting that anywhere else. I'm Zachary Bellog and I approve this message because shouldn't we all have a little bit of variety in our YouTube channels? Back everyone. I have a question. What does a city need? Well, me and Hello everyone and welcome back to the Chattiest Panel Talk Show on TV. I'm Zach and I'm here with
Riley Shea.
Ksenia Semanova.
And Neville Jones.
And the city of Windsor, granted, is not the perfect city. We do lack certain things. So my question is, what does Windsor not have that other cities do?
Ksenia has a lot to say. I'm going to let her go first.
Here I come. So, I don't want to be a surprise for you, but what we need here? 3, 2, 1.
Crosswalks!
Yes, thank you, thank
We
you.
ever hear about.
City of Windsor, 27th of July, my birthday. So please, in front of my home and on the riverside, asking, please, I need crosswalk. People have rights, the same as geese.
I don't know if you've told that joke on air before.
No?
Maybe you have.
So
About the
like,
geese?
so like the next life, I want to become a goose because the goose in Canada has more rights on the road than a person.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
yes.
one of my jokes. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, we need here more crosswalks. And when I'm talking here with the local city councilors, many of them, they're telling me that the engineers of the city, they're not sure if it's okay to put them on the road. They probably never been to Europe where every 20 meters, 100 meters, they have crosswalks, because the city is made for people, not for cars. Even our city, right, that is the city of cars, that's producing
Auto
cars,
city.
whatever people are making people, it's for people. So yeah, it's one of the things. Neville, do you have any thoughts about this?
Yeah, I agree. I think crosswalks are seriously lacking in the city. I see people, what's it called, jaywalking all the
Yeah.
time, crossing where they're not supposed to. I mean, but you can't blame them because, like she said, there aren't many places where you can do it.
Yeah, when I was working at Giant Tiger back forever ago, and it was the one on Tecumseh Road. So I would have to take the bus there and home. So after my shift, like there's a bus stop like directly right across the street. I'd have to walk all the way up to Paulette, cross there, and have to UE back.
Yeah, because there was no crosswalk closer.
Right, exactly. It was just bonkers. I mean, when I was in Detroit last fall, I felt safer crossing the street there than I do here.
It really depends, I think, on how, like, what the city values. And I think, you know, because we're built on an auto industry, we're very focused on vehicles. But a lot of people in the city walk. A lot of people use public transit. A lot of people bike.
And especially in this economy, here comes Zach with this economy.
Well, yes.
You can't afford the insurance, let alone the actual car.
It's more expensive, and people are pushing more and more for greener energy. You know, walk when you can, take public transit, bike where you can. It's better for you. It's better for the environment. All of this stuff, but our city's not allowing that to happen. A lot of city councilors were pushing for bike lanes, which we did get. But now federally they have axed that.
I'm sorry, like last year I was speaking with Ronaldo Agostino about that. We here, like Mediaplex and other campuses around our area, we have here transit, right? So we don't have like really crosswalks, and students are not safe crossing here the roads because the cars and the buses are going from everywhere, and you can break your head literally
trying to watch everything.
Trying to watch, and he looked at me like with his eyes like, oh, I never thought about it.
Yes,
of course you don't.
No, because he's not the one taking the bus and walking to the college, right? And I don't know why we can't just paint some lines on the road, right? Forgive me if I'm naive in thinking how easy it would be to just paint some lines on the road. We don't need stoplights necessarily at some of these intersections. I know that that's costly. I know that that's a big deal. Just maybe a sign in really high traffic areas, and just paint some lines on the road so that you can cross.
And I think this also will help drivers to remember that there are some spots where actually you need to go slowly, or not the sign stop.
Yes, but like a pedestrian sign.
Yes, like pedestrian sign that people have also rights.
They should be more mindful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You also on the corner of Chilver and Wyandotte, there's a crosswalk there, and it has like lights where you push the button.
Yep.
It'll come on.
And then it'll go.
Like if we're going full on crosswalks, let's go the extra mile and include those lights too.
Well, yeah, like at a couple really high traffic areas, I think those are great, especially if you're at risk of not being seen by a vehicle and like there's no stop sign there to begin with. And you want to make sure you're not going to get hit. I think those are great. But if we put those everywhere, it's going to cost too much money.
Do you know how much they cost?
They're
expensive. In front of the university, on the University Avenue, there was a sign that 3 crosswalks like this, they cost to the city $225,000. I think the regular one just to paint,
it's around some lines on the street.
Yes, it's just the regular one. It's $2,000. So imagine in one district, we need minimum 300, so we can count how much city just put in someone's mansion.
But also, if we're just painting lines on the road, like make it a traditional crosswalk that way, what's to stop people from zooming right on through?
Well, that's
because
true.
It's the regulation. No, because it's the regulation.
I think it would have to come with either a little bit of signage, which wouldn't be as costly as bigger infrastructure like lights or anything like that. But you could also have a bit of a PR campaign, right? You see a line, you see someone crossing or waiting to cross the street, you stop.
Yes,
that's how it should work, right? So it might also be a matter of some public education for like... In high traffic areas, downtown, there's a lot of people walking. You should be watching.
It's not the Formula One here. Come on.
No matter what, you should be watching because people like to walk into the street no matter where they are, even if it's not a crossing.
Have you got?
You should be watching.
You guys have seen the public lately. Education clearly is not a thing anymore.
Okay, about the education of the schools, and it's another thing that in front of many schools there is no signs that actually it's a school area. And when
school zone?
Yes, and when I was speaking also with the local city councilors, they told me that in front of the daycares they don't put it because the daycares are private institutions. They are not governmental. So excuse me, the kids don't count.
Yeah.
It's like really, but
they can't designate it in an official school zone.
Whatever. It's an educational institution, and especially for little kids, the daycare. So, like for example, my daughter, she goes to the California 820, Great Beginnings. So there is the line, this choo-choo train line.
Train tracks.
Train tracks.
Yes.
So there is a lot of traffic because of the students of the cars are going back. There is a bus number 3 for 118, I think so. And there is any mention that there is
could possibly be children playing.
Babies are there. Yes. Babies are there. They don't care.
Yeah.
Because it's private. It's not governmental.
So What about you, Riley? What do you think the city of Windsor needs that we don't have?
I agree with the crosswalks. I think transit, as we talked about last week, is in need of more attention. I think the roads are terrible. I could use other words to describe it, but they would not be appropriate for air. I think our infrastructure.
Use the word.
I think our infrastructure is struggling. Right. We want people to bike more, but we don't have bike lanes anymore. Right? It's not accessible for people to bike. We want people to walk more. It's not safe for them to walk. We want people to take more transit. We're cutting money from the transit budget, and there's
so we can house a trolley that doesn't go anywhere.
And buses are always late. Buses don't come on time. Some drive right past because they're full. The transit system is not as functional as it could be. We want electric vehicles. Where's the infrastructure for electric vehicles? There's hardly any power charging stations around. We're supposed to be, creating a city around and an economy around the battery plant for electric vehicles. And if that's the next wave of innovation, then why are we not getting ready for that, right? We want so many people to have, be driving so many electric vehicles by whatever date, whatever their idea is, and there's no infrastructure for them. You can't drive an electric vehicle very far on the 401 before you run out of power, and then where are you going to charge it?
Imagine that, police chase.
About the roads, actually, there is a thing like like West End. They put on the road like new trees, yes? Last year it was let's make a city greener, something like this.
Yeah.
The road is horrible. It's already destroyed by the roots of other trees, and they put the new trees.
Just put more landscaping in instead of repaving the road.
So let's just do it more. Whatever, the road is bad. Next year we will do the roads and then the trees. So it's a cycle of somewhere money goes.
Yeah, I understand construction's slow going and stuff like that too. Another thing that I am particularly passionate about is the beaches in Windsor. I think Windsor needs to lifeguard their beaches. I know that that's a cost, but we don't need other things that we're putting money towards. I know they've put in yet another plan to restructure Sandpoint, which I think is great. But there's a lot of things that the city could be doing better. Not to say, we could definitely have it worse, but I think it's great that there's...
I want to keep this...
I'm sorry, I have one thing. We also we have a lack of trash cans.
Trash cans, yes.
Oh, yes.
That was your other thing, too.
We have trash everywhere. All right, Neville, what do we need?
The biggest thing I thought of was downtown attractions.
Oh, yes. Okay. Something to bring people downtown.
Yeah, there's there's Adventure Bay. There's some restaurants, but there aren't that many, very nice things to go to downtown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think they're pushing for that. And, I think if we get roads fixed up, we get crosswalks. Those things kind of come together. But what I do think is great is that there's so many younger people that want to make change and want to see things happen, and I think that's a good sign.
We are one of them.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to go with the retail aspect here. Lego store.
Lego store?
They have one at Somerset. They have one in Toronto. They have numerous ones everywhere. We need a Lego store.
Of course you would say that.
It's called Amazon.
Stop banging the table.
Stop. It will not change the fact that we will not have a Lego store, honey.
Well, that's this week's discussion. You can find our videos on the Zach Attack Productions YouTube channel. We'll see you again next time because remember, it's the chatter that matters.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Everybody, welcome back. It's Friday, and it's time to get weird. Time for weird news. In today's weirdness, thousands head to Sydney, Australia for a whiff of the famed corpse flower. I'll pass. Boy, have I never been more glad to be a 12-hour plane ride away. My God. Residents and tourists flock to experience a momentous bloom and a fragrance-evoking gym sock and rotting garbage. So like a teenager's bedroom, then. That's exactly what it is. Look, I'm sorry. That's not stink. That's stank. That is stanky. The plant even has a name, Petrucia, and her fans naturally call themselves Petrucians And for a week, she has graced a stately and gothic display in front of a purple curtain and wreathed in mist from a humidifier at the Royal Sydney Botanical Gardens. Time to head to the Great White North for stories that'll make you say,
"Oh, Canada."
If you're a Tim Hortons worker watching this, make sure you know who you are serving, because a goat was arrested after walking into a Saskatchewan Tim Hortons. That may be the most Saskatchewan thing I've ever heard. Organizers of the University of Saskatchewan Rodeo later said that the goat escaped from their event the previous night. Yeah, the goat's gonna go in and have a double-double with a Boston cream. That goat is the goat. Well, that is the weirdness for this week, and now it is time for your dad joke of the week. I'm gonna dig through the hat here, the trusty old dad joke hat. What we got? Where did the general keep his armies? Up his sleeves. Huh? All right, never spell part backwards. It's a trap. Well, that is the show for you this evening, and if you stayed this long, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you do that. You can also find us on social media. Those links are down in the description below. I also want to thank my guests, Riley Shea and Ksenia Semenova and Neville Jones. I've been your host, Zach, and I'll see you again next time, or next week rather, same place, same time. Good night.
That was easy.
Well, that's the show for tonight. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to keep up with all the latest Remotely Zach. You can also follow us on our social media. I'm Ray Livingston. Good night.